Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Operations at Taste Bar and Kitchen were put on hold today. Earlier today, the restaurant announced it would not be open out of support for Hispanic members as well as other employees of diverse backgrounds. This, of course, comes as nationwide protests against mass deportations happen across the country. And right here in Houston, we saw that yesterday. Joining us to talk about it, the owner of Taste Kitchen and Bar, Chef Don Bowie. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. When you think about what some of your employees could potentially face,
right,
and what they are going through, your thoughts about that?
I mean, it's a hard thing to think about. You know, obviously, we go to work every day just trying to get the job done, thinking about our normal day-to-day situations. But over the last few weeks, you can tell there's been a sense of stress and urgency that they've been dealing with as they come in. So this wasn't even something planned. They kind of came to us a couple of days ago and was like, hey, Monday is the day that we want to go on strike to kind of show, you know, the value of what we bring to the community. And at first, my first mindset was, you know, sure you guys want to do this? I was thinking about it. But the more and more I thought about it, and they were very committed to wanting to do it. So instead of me trying to force them or say, you guys better come to work, I said, I'll just stand with you. If you guys are going to come, then we'll just close the restaurant and we'll just do it all together and kind of help you promote this message.
And is that important for Houstonians to put themselves in their place?
Absolutely.
To realize what they're going with? Being afraid of going to work,
right,
being afraid of what's around the corner for you.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
And for some, it's being afraid for their kids to go to school.
Yeah, yeah.
Not knowing if something's going to happen, and you know, you come back and your kid's gone, and then you have to go through this process of figuring out what happened. So you should be afraid, because I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you have any sense of community, especially like for us, these are people that I've been working with for years. They're valuable parts of our business. So, you know, we've had functions. I know their families. I know their kids. So it's kind of hard not to have a sense of community with them. And I think that should be a thing across the board. And it's more than just how it affects others' day-to-day lives. It's like if the shoe was on the other foot, you would want other nationalities and races stepping up for us if they were trying to, you know, deport your nationality or race. So
now, when we saw the deportations happening after the president's executive order, did you see some absences occurring or some fear in the eyes of some of your employees?
We started hearing the conversations about it. You know, people kind of being, well, what happens if they show up here and these kind of things. So we've kind of been doing our own due diligence to make sure that if and when something like that happens, that we're prepared on how to deal with it properly. Because it's still all new territory. It's like, what do you do if ISIS does show up to the restaurant? Do you just let them come in? Is there certain protocols? So we're in the process of getting that information down, because at the end of the day, we want to abide by whatever rules that the government is stating, but we just want to be wise about it and try to protect our staff as much as possible. So it's a weird territory right now.
Are you looking for solutions, big picture solutions and problem solving from Congress? Do you think they should step in? Do they seem absent for you?
I mean, I think the feeling right now is that it's absent. Nobody's giving any solutions to it. It's like as soon as he's gotten in office, things are starting to happen and nobody's giving any direction on how do you protect or how do you deal with these situations. There's no support, there's no answers. And, you know, from a business owner standpoint, having, you know, that's like today I would have had 20 up plus employees who were out on strike. So this is a big portion of our staff. So just knowing how to even protect and be there for them. Because I mean, over the years, we've done everything. If it was an employee who was here and trying to get their papers, we wrote letters, whatever we got to do to kind of help support the process, but it's still us trying to figure it out. So no, from a standpoint, you're talking about Congress, like we're having to go find the information.
And will you be back tomorrow, or is it a day-by-day situation judging your employment count?
Well, from the way they communicated, today was a special day for them to kind of protest and let it be felt basically a day without having Hispanics in, them spending money anywhere, them going to work, anything of that nature. So today was a day to make that stand. So tomorrow we'll be back to business. But again, my goal is to support in any ways possible to kind of help us transition through this phase.
All right, Chef Bowie, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. Appreciate your time.